Today may be one of the more emotional videos we have on the channel today after yesterday's Daytona 500. As you guys all probably are aware of by now, Ryan Newman, the leading coming off of turn 4, spun out off of the back bumper of Ryan Blaney. Car hit the wall very hard, and it was hard enough to send the car upside down. And then Corey LaJoie hitting the car to the driver's roof side, pretty much to say the least. And the car went high up into the air, skidded on its roof in a shower of sparks. Fuel was leaking. And this was one of the most dangerous wrecks we have really ever seen in the NASCAR Cup Series in general right now. I know all of us, including me, we all said a prayer after what happened last night to Ryan Newman. I was very nervous that I thought this was it, that this was going to be the one that took another driver away from us. I wasn't really able to sleep that much until the Steve O'Donnell announcement that said he's in serious condition, but non-life-threatening injuries. As of right now, the time I'm recording this video, I have not heard anything else, which is about, let me see what time it is at the moment. It's about almost 1 o'clock right now, and so we haven't heard anything really right now about Ryan Newman at the moment, except that the Roush team really appreciates all of the support. We'll really get to all of the other stuff we had from Speedweeks in just a moment, but really right now, Ryan Newman needs to be the topic of interest right now, because this was one of the scary looking crashes, and you could hear it in the voices of Mike Joy and Jeff Gordon calling the race for Fox. This was a very dangerous scene, and when we had the black screens on so no one could see and media were told to get out, this did not look good at all. In no way it did. Ryan Newman and Corey LaJoie's car, they are going to be sent to the NASCAR R&D Center for further evaluation and stuff like that. Now, I've met Ryan Newman before. I've met him twice when I was a fan in the garage, and let me tell you something. When I met him in 2015, he's one of the nicer guys you'll meet in the garage. Really calm going with the fans. Really nice guy. It would have just been just such a huge shame if a really good racer. I know people criticize him for the way he races, even when he's like in mid-pack in a race, but he's one of the better racers we have in the series and one of the better veterans we have in the sport. So luckily that was the best news we got, though, that his injuries are non-life-threatening, and we hope he has a speedy road to recovery back into the Cup Series competition. But now when you look at what happens with Ryan Newman, what's next? There's some questions we don't know yet. Who's going to be in the number 6? Even though that really shouldn't be a question we should worry about right now. The first thing we should worry about is Ryan Newman's health. And then the same thing as what happens with the Super Speedway package. If you guys remember going in, I did a video on the Super Speedway package, how it could be dangerous. Lower track temps, no sunlight. You've got the cars going in faster speeds, and we pretty much saw what happened on the final lap was pretty much something we kind of saw similar to that. I was expecting as well the tandem racing at the end. We saw it in the duels, we saw it in the Clash, we saw it at Talladega back in the fall, and we saw it in the 500. And the tandem may maybe actually be more dangerous than we thought right now with this package. So I would not be surprised if NASCAR put a rule starting at Talladega. No more locking bumpers, just like Xfinity or Truck Series competition. It's kind of really dangerous for the sport right now, but we got to look at as well the Super Speedway package. I don't know if they do anything about it or not. I don't have any ties in with NASCAR, obviously, and the R&D or competition side at the moment. But you gotta look at that as well. But let me just take a moment as well. I expressed this a lot on Facebook and Twitter last night on the safety improvements that NASCAR has made ever since we lost Dale Earnhardt back in 2001. You've got the Hans device, you've got the safer barriers, you've got the inner liners and tires, you've got the steel cages, the steel row cages, excuse me. You've got the foam as well, you've got the headrests on the cars. Everything did what it had to do to save Ryan Newman's life. One of those vital pieces of information, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say here. It's just tough. I'm not really scripting this. But one of those vital pieces of safety equipment not there, we probably have a whole different situation. But sorry. But yeah, once again, thoughts with Ryan Newman, the rest of the 6 team. What happens with the 6 car? Do we see an Xfinity driver move up to Cup? Do we see someone that usually races part-time in Cup come back and does a few stuff in the 6 machine? Do we maybe as well see an Xfinity guy move up to Cup like Trace Briscoe or Austin Cindric? Because they've raced with Roush before back in 2018. We still have a lot of questions we need to answer about that. But once again, the most important thing at the moment is Ryan Newman's health, and we're just really concerned on it. Hopefully we get another update by the end of the day, if not tomorrow. But anything else you'll hear, make sure you tune into RSN Trackside on live on Facebook tomorrow afternoon at around 4 o'clock Eastern Time. So let's move on and talk about the entire race itself, the Daytona 500. Denny Hamlin, back-to-back wins on the 500. First time since the 90s that happened with Sterling Marlin doing that. Blaney so close to winning his first. And if a caution comes out, Blaney could have gotten the win. You know, the NASCAR leaderboard, if you look on NBC Sports' channel, says caution coming out. But it all comes down to those caution lights, not just around the track, but as well those 2 caution lights that are above the flag stand, the poles, I should say, that brought out the in the final lap of the race. It was a very exciting race all day on Monday. Very thrilled by it, very entertaining and stuff like that. The final laps, 2 wide, 3 wide, on the edge of my seat. And then it just came down to that final lap and stuff like that. It was a great race. I gotta give props to some other guys as well. I'm gonna talk more about this on RSN Treks. I don't want to dive deep down into this because obviously Newman's the main concern right now on the Cup Series level. Excuse me. But David Reagan finishing in the top 5, if I recall correctly. I don't have the results on me right now. And what could be his final Daytona 500. Brendan Gaughan in his final Daytona 500 gets a top 10 in the number 62. Great to see those guys have some success there as well. A tough break for William Byron. Him and Stenhouse in some hard racing in what was pretty much the first wreck of the first major wreck of Monday as well, when Byron slammed into the inside wall. We then had the big one with about like 20 laps to go, but you could just really see it coming. They were just starting to go really aggressive, really jockeying out. I think Joe Logano got into Eric Almirola, who got into Brad Keselowski again. So Penske organization off to a rocky start in 2020 this year. And then as well, you also had as well the wreck with 2 laps to go. Ross Chastain, Brendan Poole, I think maybe as well, Kevin Harvick. Again, I can't recall right now at the moment. I gotta look more into what happened in the race, just to get a better breakdown on what happened. Ross Chastain, though, 2 laps to go. He made a bold move for second. I was hoping that would have paid off, but then the hole just closed on him when he got to the inside. It was hard racing. I felt so bad for Ross there, though. But he had a great car in the number 77 for Spire Motorsports. Something you don't see very often in the 2020 or the 2019 Cup Series seasons. But props to him for running a good race until 2 laps ago when he got caught up in that wreck. A great race, though, until the final lap of the race. I was very impressed. I'm looking forward to how the 2020 NASCAR Cup Series season goes. We haven't even talked about yet the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, Mr. 45, don't know if people call him Mr. 45 or not. But anyway, being the first president to attend a NASCAR race since 2004 when George W. Bush attended the Daytona 500, said the command, made presidential history as well, brought the presidential motorcade out onto the high banks of Daytona, which I thought was pretty cool to see. As well as Haley Deegan also getting to meet the president, getting her helmet signed by President Trump. Great to see President Trump come out and support the sport. We all know in the past few months, he's come out to support the huge events. World Series, College Football Playoff National Championship game, LSU versus Alabama in college football. Very, very impressed to see the president go on out, have some fun outside of all the controversial business that he's had to deal with lately. I'm not sure if it is controversial or not. I don't really follow politics that much. But, again, great to see Mr. and Mrs. Trump come on out to the Daytona 500 until it started to rain. Nice to see Air Force One back. Privileged to watch on TV the president give the command to fire the engines for the Daytona 500. Let's move on to the Xfinity race. I didn't have that much time to watch. I got to watch it again throughout the full race tonight. But everyone probably knows why. That you guys probably all have seen on social media what happened to me. I couldn't even watch the Xfinity race regardless because I was doing because I had work that day. But anyway, so Noah Gragson getting the win. That's big for him. Congratulations to the number 9 team for winning. Timmy Hill got third for MBO Motorsports in the 66. But I want to talk about Noah Gragson, number 9. I know it's his first win. I know it's on a super speedway. Anyone can win on a super speedway. But if we see more performances like Noah Gragson just had, Gragson could be a potential favorite to make the championship 4. Watch out for him there big time. Very impressed with how he drove. This could be a breakout year, even though Junior Motorsports is usually a favorite to win on super speedways like Daytona. And they've won that exact same race for what? Maybe I think it's been the past 3 years now. They've won that same race. So I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, and the race I fully watched of the points paying races, the Truck Series at Daytona. First thing I gotta say was, damn, Jordan Anderson! Oh my gosh, I was losing my mind. When he was in second with turns 1, 2, going down the backstretch, I knew he had a chance to get that win. He was weighing back on the guy in third. I think it was Cody Rohrbaugh at the time. And then just stayed back, made the slingshot up top like Kyle Busch did in 2015. He timed it perfectly. He did everything he had to do to win the race. And then Grant Enfinger door slammed him. And Grant won by, well, everyone's been saying it pretty much, a finger at the moment. But great to see Jordan Anderson have some success in the 3 truck. No doubt about it. The story of the race outside of the Enfinger victory. This was getting very thrilling in the final laps of the race. We had the wreck, big wreck obviously, with 3 laps to go in turns 1 and 2. Enfinger missed it. Chastain missed it. I can't recall who of the normal bigger drivers that missed it. But what a great stories as well by the underdogs. You know, if we were at Talladega, Cody Rohrbaugh wins that race in the 9 truck. In the 9 truck, Cody Rohrbaugh. He got third. I'm trying to think who got 4th. Derek Kraus got 4th. Natalie Decker got top 5. So it's great to see her finally have some success after all the tough love she's been dealt with in the past year or 2 or so like that. But the underdogs really had a great story. That was a great race to remember. Great weekend as well in general. If you went to every race during Speedweeks of the Daytona International Speedway, I'm happy for you. You got your money's worth. You had a great truck race to watch. You had a great Xfinity Series race to watch. You had a great Cup race to watch as well for 2 days as well. Yeah, if you did go out to Monday as well, I'm very happy for you guys. You got to go on out. We got Las Vegas coming up this weekend. Once again, I'll preview that with Kelvin tomorrow night on RSN Trackside on Facebook. We're going live at 4 o'clock Eastern Time on the Rock Sports Network, so Make sure you keep an eye on that as well. And oh yeah, I almost forgot one more thing. You guys noticed the beanie as well? What does that say? AMSOIL Championship Snowcross powered by Ram. It's that time of the year again. It's the season premiere of the road trips this weekend. In fact, my radio station's been that I work at has been promoting it as well. AMSOIL Championship Snowcross powered by Ram, back in Salamanca, New York at the Seneca Allegheny Resort and Casino. I know I get a lot of views every year on the road trip, whether it's from the U.S. or from the European areas as well. Very excited to provide a lot of content for you guys. Right now I'm only going to go Saturday once again. I have Friday open, but my dad's busy, and him and I are the ones that go every year to that. So we're just going to go Saturday once again. I got some things for you real quick that I want to show you guys, and I just dropped my Coke for a moment. Let me grab it real quick. I got my new selfie stick all ready to go. I just got to charge up my GoPro, charge up my remote control, and we've got a stabilizer for this Saturday. And yes, I am missing the Xfinity Series race at Las Vegas, so I'll be watching that tonight, or well, Saturday night after Snowcross there. And I got a new hat as well. Monster Energy athlete hat. The guys my dad Dinos, they're sponsored by Monster Energy. And I don't have any of this swag because they don't sell any of this swag. So, eBay, baby. So, yeah, that's the update right now at the moment there. Like I said, tomorrow night, RSN Trackside, 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Or no, excuse me, 4 o'clock Eastern Time on the Rock Sports Network. Saturday, I'm going to Snowcross. So I'll be AFK. I'll be putting up getting a lot of footage for you guys, and I'll be working on editing that stuff out. Either tonight or tomorrow at the time, I'm going to be working on Daytona, because we all know that got delayed because of my episode, my health scare. So going to be working on Daytona tonight and tomorrow. It should be going up tomorrow. I just got to put in the final graphics and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all here. Thanks for watching the video. If you did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Marty. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.